So I covered a lot of stuff today. First, with Jason, we did a single leg, but a different entry. Then two different entries. Well, two variations on a different entry. Then we did 4 lapel chokes from side control. The Conte or Canto or Conte. The cross collar, Bravo, and baseball bat. All with the lapel. Then I worked on some stuff with Tim. We worked on the collar, knee shield, and then we worked on kind of passing, but more sort of fundamentally, like the stance and posture, knee-elbow connection, all passing. So the single leg with Jason, let's say your right foot's forward. So if your right foot's forward, right here. If they reach out with their right hand, right, okay. Both your right foots are forward. They reach out with their right hand. So you intercept with your left hand, and then you lower your stance slightly. Then you go in with your right hand to scoop their hamstring, and your right knee goes to the ground. So your right knee goes in hand, your right hand scoops the hamstring up to your elbow, your left knee is up, probably around their toe line or so, maybe a little bit behind it. Then your left knee goes to the ground, your right knee comes up as your left hand comes under the hamstring up to the elbow. So now you're cradling the hamstring with both hands. Your left knee is up. Your left knee is down. Your right knee is up. Your right knee is down initially, so now your left knee is down, your right knee is up. Your head is inside, and then you pick up into the single leg from there. So with your feet, it's right knee down, left knee up, and you have the right hand with the underhook on the hamstring, and then you twist and you come from the outside. So now your left knee is down and your right knee is up with your head in the inside, and then you have the underhook with your left arm. Now you stand up, and you can use your right leg to push to stand up. So that's the first entry. Second entry is same right leg lead. Now you don't need to wait for them to reach out with their right hand. You just go and get a lapel grip and pull them. So your left hand goes out, you get the lapel grip, same side lapel grip. You can pull them in a little while you come in. So it's the same motion. Your right knee is going down. You're scooping with your right arm on their right hamstring. But you can use that lapel grip to pull yourself into it. So then you're in position, and then you come down with the left knee, come up with the right knee as you switch your hips to the outside, and then you fire into the single leg. Okay, so so side control chokes first one is the Bravo. The first one is the Conte or Canto choke. So if their head is to your left, your right hand gets the lapel free, brings your left hand has a cross face. So your left elbow is underneath his head. So you feed the lapel under his left arm to your left hand. And then you step over your left foot. Your left foot back steps across against the neck. You're not really pushing his neck back. You are just holding his neck in place. And then you pull on the lapel. You can kind of lean forward across the hips. If you need more leverage, you can bring your left knee to replace your left heel against the neck and continue the motion. So that is the Canto choke. Second one is the cross collar. So same thing, you get the lapel to your left hand, then you go to knee on belly. All right, so you have the lapel in your left hand under the head. So then you go to knee on belly from there. So you have knee on belly, your right knee is on the solar plexus, your right hand is goosenecking the hips, your left hand has the lapel around the neck, behind the neck, and then your left foot is active toes, driving into him. Okay, so you have all this pressure on him, so you and you have the lapel, which restrains his movement. So that allows you to only need 3 limbs to control him. So now you bring your right hand to the near side. So you want to get the lapel with your right hand. You want to get the lapel with your right hand on the near side of his neck. And then, so once you have that, then you take your left hand and it goes to the far shoulder. Let's get a grip there. You can bring your head across to the far side of his head and then finish the choke. So make sure your right hand, your thumb is along the neck, and then you want to bring your elbows down to your hips, not spreading them farther out. So that is the cross collar, then the Bravo choke. So same setup here where you have the lapel in your left hand, put a knee on belly, you switch your hand, so now your right hand has the lapel. So this time, as you're reaching across for the shoulder, he blocks that motion with his left hand. So you can't get that grip. So instead, you get his arm either you can grab his tricep or his elbow, and you pull him onto the slide. Your knee on belly goes to the ground. So now he's on his right shoulder facing into you. You still have the lapel grip on the near side of his neck. So your left hand comes around the back. You want to hold him close. Your elbow is on the back of his head. So you actually want to kind of put pressure with your elbow so that his chin is touching his neck. His chin is forced down, so his neck is bent. And then you just pull with your right hand, which has the lapel. If you just think about putting pressure with your thumb against the neck, kind of like as if your thumb was like a blade and drawing it across his neck, that is the motion you need to finish the choke. So that's the third one is the Bravo choke, and then the last one is the baseball bat choke. So Similar, you feed the lapel to your left hand under the neck. So this one, now your left hand is behind the neck. So you want your right hand to go on the far side of the neck. So you can bring your right hand across to the far side. So usually the way we've been taught is that you grab the lapel on that far side with your right hand. But Jason was saying just put your right hand in the position you want it to be and then feed the lapel into your right hand with your left hand. So anyway, at the end of it, your grip should be your right hand is holding the lapel on the far side of the neck, and then the lapel goes under the neck, and then your left hand has the lapel on the near side of the neck. So yes, so your arms are on either side of his neck with the lapel on the far side of the neck. Then you want to keep your hands straight and then bring your head down across the body. And then you can rotate toward what's it called? Head over hips. Jeez. North south. You can rotate toward north south. And as long as you keep your arms straight, you should tap. If you have to, you can come all the way across the body and kind of come up on your tripod up to get more pressure. But it's pretty fast usually. So those are the 4 chokes. Then with Tim, we worked on the knee and collar, knee shield collar. So what I was doing was I was grabbing too far up on the lapel and then bent my wrist backwards. So what you want to do is you want to have your forearm across the line of your shoulders. So if you grab too far up on the lapel, then your wrist you won't be along the shoulders, you'll be like diagonally across. So if you keep it lower, you'll be able to have a better frame. And then you have your knee in. You want to grab the far sleeve with your right hand. This is if you have a left knee shield. And punch his arm down. So you can so the first goal is to get both your knees in between you and him. Second goal or second variation would be to get a butterfly guard on him, or just go into a butterfly sweep, or you could, if he kneels or opens up, then you can also look into wrestle up. But if you have a good knee shield collar, there should be different options that present themselves. If you can do it well. Okay, so that was another one. That was the first thing we worked on. Second thing was passing. So I said that I was still having trouble tripoding. So, and then also I was getting in deep de la Riva. So what I was focusing on was just getting my butt lower. You also need to focus on elbow-knee connection. If you don't have good elbow-knee connection, he can force you to turn sideways. So they can push on your hip. They push on your hip while you don't have good elbow-knee connection, and you have bad posture. Then I think this is what is happening, is that it forces my left foot back, so then I'm facing like straight onto him, and then they can easily get a deep de la Riva from there. Also, that sort of, even if I'm squatting, I'm so open to a tripod, because I was just grabbing onto his like hands or something like that. So you need to get like a lapel grip or at least a belt grip. On the de la Riva side. So yeah, to lock them up. And then on the left side, you need to also get either a pants grip or a belt grip or a lapel grip. Higher up, generally the better. And then you can work the side smash from there. And obviously it's more like sort of drilling, like Troy wasn't really giving me that hard of a time, but it also felt like when I did that, it felt like I wasn't forcing the side smash. It was just sort of naturally happening. So just focusing on knee-elbow connection and also getting better grips where you're like locking yourself in. So like getting whatever grip you get, then you like tuck your elbows into your side. I think before I was kind of like just trying to get a grip and then like punching down and just like trying to control the legs with my arms, which is not a good idea. But then just locking down, and then I can use my body weight against them more effectively. Tim also made a distinction between a leg drag and a side smash. So, like, leg drags can be more effective because after you side smash, then you still have to do all the pummeling, and then even after you pummel, then you still have to. They have an opportunity to like get a knee shield in, or maybe not even a knee shield, like maybe a bad knee shield, but it's still like something you gotta clear. While if you leg drag, you can skip both of those steps, and it's generally more uncomfortable for them at the same time. So the leg drag is clearing the whole leg across your body rather than just collapsing the knee.